Let's go next to Spencer in St. George, who has a question about higher education. Let's see if we can get him on. Spencer, are you on the line?
I'm here.
Okay.
Thank you for taking my call, Senator.
Hello, Spencer.
My question is I'm a student here in southern Utah, in St. George specifically, and the schooling, I really appreciate the higher education and the opportunities presented therein, and I do appreciate your stance on opposing the president's offering of free education. I think individuals who are willing to go out and pursue their own future shouldn't be put on the burden on the rest of society. I'm willing to pay for my own schooling, etc. With that being said, I've kind of felt that the schooling system, there's quite a bit of excess that's unnecessary. And I've recently heard that you had a bill proposing a change in accreditation for schooling, and I would really appreciate that opportunity, and I wish something like that had been presented at the time that I'm going to school now, but I'm hoping that opportunity is available for future generations, that there's more competition, there's a variety of schools that hopefully some of the future generations can attend school and avoid the excess and trim the fat towards the degrees and maybe specialize in specific skill set, whether it be schooling or training, and specialize and hopefully get students out into the workforce rather than taking 4, 5, 6 years as the school. We can get them out in 2 or 3 years with specialized degrees and create some competition in the workforce. And I was just wondering how your bill was going and maybe some of your thoughts and takes and where you were hoping to take some of that.
Well, thank you, Spencer, for asking about that. I believe you're asking about my Higher Education Reform Act. The purpose of the Higher Education Reform Act is to break the iron triangle that is currently in place within our higher education system. It consists of these walls that are set up, first of all, by the U.S. Department of Education, by the accrediting bodies, and by many of our institutions of higher learning themselves. Without a very narrow type of accreditation, you can't receive federal funds, any kind of federal financial aid, while attending one of these institutions of higher learning. We think that there ought to be more institutions of higher learning, especially some of the newer, more innovative ones, that ought to have the chance to participate in those. We've got a lot of technological advancements that have made getting a higher education easier and more affordable. For example, massive open online courses are now available to many millions of Americans at a much lower cost. People who provide these massive open online courses and other unconventional learning opportunities for Americans to get a higher education experience at a lower cost ought to be able to participate. Right now, our accrediting system doesn't allow that to happen. And so the Higher Education Reform Act would give states the option of creating their own alternative accreditation system. A state, if it wanted to, could recognize a particular type of massive open online course, for example, and allow that course to participate in federal student financial aid. What this would all do is it would create competition, more competition within the higher education industry. With increased competition comes reduction in prices and an improvement in quality. That's exactly what we need. That's the type of reform that would really help lower the cost of higher education and make the American workforce smarter and more well-trained for the types of jobs that we need in our economy. So thank you, Spencer, for asking about that. People are still getting their arms around it. We've got a lot of support. I don't remember how many co-sponsors we have so far in the Senate, but it is a lot, and it's going to be more as people learn more about it.